So a handful of folks asked for an update on the blind and how it worked out. I was hoping to grab some footage while we were hunting, but it never really panned out. I might be able to find some pictures or something to shoot into the video, but basically, overall, very pleased with the blind itself. Easy up, easy setup, easy tear down. Even a couple times where, we shot a couple birds and the dog got the first couple, and the last one, the wind had it blown way out. We were able to break down and run, grab the bird and get back to our spot. No problem. So overall, very pleased. Everything seems to have held up really well. No issues with our brackets. Well, I take that back. I had to tighten a bolt on, I think this front bracket here, once before the season. I think it was still a little loose, but everything has held up well. No issues. The material, it really knocks the wind down, does a good job. All the camo stays neatly tucked in, out of the way. It does take up a little bit of room inside the boat, but really, no issues. You still have access to all your boxes. The only thing on the other side, there's a tray, and it's covering stuff up there, but really that's where we store our anchor light and stuff like that. So it's not like, not a deal breaker, not a big issue. This is basically our setup. What we've been running, at least down at the coast, we run 3 long lines and a mat and a spinner. Nothing outrageous. So takes up a lot of room in the boat. There's a little bit of room underneath the front deck there that we got a few things stored. Like we got a little stove in there, and obviously all of our required items like flotation and that sort of thing. Obviously, when we're running, we'll throw the mat up on the bow, and it gives us a little bit more room in here. But we found that for 2 people, this isn't a bad deal. What we're thinking about doing is maybe an upgrade this year, maybe a little bit bigger boat. Probably going to build another similar blind on that boat. Obviously, it would be a little bit bigger if we got a bigger boat. But one thing that I think we would like to add is some sort of grass mat situation. We wound up hunting down at the coast more than we thought we would. So that just kind of, our camouflage was not, we were trying to be versatile and be able to hunt down at the coast and here, and hide in the woods and that sort of thing. But it did work. It worked out. We killed birds. It wasn't the end, but I think the boat might have stood out just a little bit more than we liked. So I think some grass would probably help that. But let me throw this thing up real quick, give you guys an idea of what it looks like. Again, we did change a little bit with deploying the dog. I'll show you that, and yeah, we'll give you an update on the blind. All right, so sorry about the sound quality. I thought my microphone was picking up, and it obviously is not. I just wanted to show you guys one more time, just how easy it is to throw this blind up. A couple of clips holding it shut. You really don't even need them. It's just a little added insurance. Those strings pull up, pull together, clip together, and you're ready to go. It's super simple. There's clips on the back as well, but typically we didn't even run them. All the camo would just drape over the boat. I didn't set it all up here just because it's going to take a bunch of time, and you guys don't want to watch me put a bunch of camo out. But also just forgive all of the decoys in the boat. Obviously, they wouldn't be in there if we were setting up, getting ready to hunt. So me moving decoys around is 90% of the reason you can't hear anything. But what I'm doing is trying to get to the dog stand, or the little dog platform that we built. Just a piece of plywood, but it lays flat on the bottom of the boat, so it's secured underneath everything. It lays back there, comes out, and I'm able to just lay it on the back pod, and it wedges underneath the motor bracket, and then the spud pole runs through all that and holds it all together. So again, sorry about the sound quality, but such is life. The spud pole actually holds it in. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So just a piece of plywood, nothing, I mean, literally just a scrap that was in my shop, some scrap carpet. It kind of wedges in under there. Spud pole goes through, holds everything in, and then all of that clips on to the spud pole, covers up the motor, gives the dog a little place to hide. We were running him out here anyways, but two things. It was really small. He was super uncomfortable, which made him kind of antsy. He would get to moving a lot. And this is directly on the aluminum. So y'all hunted around here this year, you knew it got pretty cold, colder than normal. So we had a couple mornings, you know, we were in the teens, dog sitting on directly on the aluminum, it would just zap him. He'd just be drained, cold. Now granted it would get wet, but it's not like sitting directly on the metal. So a little bit of carpet, gave him something comfortable to sit on, kept him off of the cold boat, and give him just a little bit more room out here. So my dog, he's 75, 80 pounds. He's kind of on the bigger side of the labs. But you can see in here, one thing that we kind of didn't consider, we would hunt, hunting just two of us wasn't bad. We could get in here and get toward that end, or toward the middle of the boat, and there would be, you know, plenty of room. We put a third guy, bring our two kids, whatever. It was just tight. Granted, there's decoys there now, but we wound up, this could have been a little, I don't know if I could have leaned it back just a touch. It's really not bad, honestly, as far as staying hidden, but you wound up kind of hunched over. Like you couldn't ever sit straight up because this thing would hit you in the back of the head. If you slid all the way forward, your knees would be up against the gun box there. Then you could sit straight up, but now your knees are all cramped. So just for what we were trying to do, I'm 6'1". My buddy was, whose boat this is, he and I are the same size. So it just, for us, it wasn't working out. It did a great job, but you know, sitting all day, you get uncomfortable. Wind up having to stand up, you know, just like anything else. Every time you stand up, you're flaring birds. But yeah, so you guys asked for an update. That's kind of where we're at. We've decided that we're going to upgrade, and we'll get that figured out, and maybe I'll make another video, see how it goes. So that's the update on the blind. Appreciate your interest, and see y'all in the next one.